Wow, what a week. First we got Safer Sephiroth leaked design, then we got the cancelled Kingdom Hearts Missing Link game, which is good and bad. There's so much KH drought, I'll take any news at this point. But it can't be anything else, right? Square Enix is not going to announce something crazy today. Can't be, right? Seems like a chill day. Let me just check Twitter, let me check online. Let's see what people are saying. Wait. Square Enix, calm down. Hold your horses, Square Enix. You can't just shadow drop this big ass news out of nowhere. So you got to cancel a whole ass development of a game that being Missing Link to force yourself to release any sort of news? What? I was fine with Missing Link being cancelled, but I'm even more content now that we got something because of this, you know? Their hand was forced to release some sort of news or updates for Kingdom Hearts 4. Now, before we get into this, if you don't know Missing Link Kingdom Hearts game, which is a mobile game, it's gonna be similar to Pokemon Go. It got cancelled entirely. My thoughts, my reaction to that is,
we don't care.
Not to be harsh, the only thing I cared was development, and I feel bad for the staff that helped make it and put a lot of time and work and effort into it. The worst thing about this as well, to me, we missed out on Yoko Shimomura music for that game. If you don't know, Yoko Shimomura made a tweet where she was saying, I released a lot of music for this game. It sucks that not a lot of people are going to witness it now. Hopefully in the future, maybe there's a timeline or future for us to actually experience it. That's the most disheartening thing about this. You know, like, I'm fine with Missing Link being cancelled. I think it's kind of good because the problem with Kingdom Hearts right now is too much games, especially on other platforms that just shouldn't exist, like mobile games. I hate mobile games. I don't feel like super low essential parts and pieces of a story should be in a mobile game. It should not be the case. That should never be the case. I've seen it with Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis and I hated it in that. Even though it's amazing story and amazing stuff they're doing over there, don't like it. It's in a mobile game. And Kingdom Hearts has been known to do that, so I'm glad it's been cancelled. Hopefully we get that story in some other form of media, movie, gaming, whatever it may be. I'll take a novel or something. But the worst thing is music. Yoko Shimomura music was taken from us. How dare they? There's already some of the music out there for this game. I'll put it in the background in this video if I can find them. And they sound amazing. I don't believe they'll just remove the music and that's it. That's lost music in some locked up vault we never hear ever again. I feel like they might use it for Kingdom Hearts 4. Just about to say Kingdom Hearts 3. So used to saying KH3 all the time. So I think 4 is gonna have a lot of new music. But that's besides the point. Let's talk about the main thing, right? Let's talk about the main thing. Gaze your eyes on this magnificent shot. Look at my boy. Look at my precious boy. Look at him. He's being Final Fantasied. Look at the design. I love it. Oh my days. Oh, there's so much to unpack here. So much to unpack. Let's just go through it straight away. So let's look at Sora design. Absolutely beautiful. Magnificent. If this, right, I want to be somewhat reserved. Don't want to be too gassed, too excited. If this is in-game or in-game graphics, like this is like in-game cutscene, wow, look how incredible it looks. This looks super impressive. Kingdom Hearts has never looked this good in my life. Again, if this is gameplay or in-game, wow, this actually rivals that as like the best like Final Fantasy graphically. Like Final Fantasy VII and Rebirth Remake, to me they look like the best graphically for a Final Fantasy game. This looks like it's on par with that, if not better. Like, that might be outlandish to say. It looks somewhat better if it's in-game. But if it's in-game cutscene, it still looks extremely impressive. Now, I do want to say, just point out, let me put a comparison somewhere. The 2022, the trailer we got for Kingdom Hearts 4 in 2022. If you don't know, give you guys some context. That was made under Unreal Engine 4. This are shots from Kingdom Hearts 4 in Unreal Engine 5. Square Enix have made this clear, even when they dropped that trailer. They've never released this game in a long time. But anyways, when they dropped that trailer, Square Enix has said and clarified that trailer was under Unreal Engine 4, basically for demonstration purposes, and I think they wanted to release something for the anniversary event. But they made it clear, even back then, 2022, that the actual game, Kingdom Hearts 4, is going to be running and developed under Unreal Engine 5. Now I know it's very divisive. Some people love Unreal Engine 5, some people hate it. Like a lot of people hate it, in fact. They're saying it's very buggy. But I think if it's polished and well, developed, I think Unreal Engine 5 is a good thing. I think it's always a good thing if you give it time to cook. Now look at this, look at the improvement. This is example right here, evidence right here, that Unreal Engine 5 looks far better than Unreal Engine 4. Now, granted that 2022 years ago, 3 years ago, they did say even back then that it's been developed under Unreal Engine 5. So Unreal Engine 5 added to the fact that it's 3 years of development until now, 2025. It looks astonishing. So I'm not glazing too much. I might be rambling, but I'm just so stoked. Now, just to analyze this a bit further, I don't know why they did it like this with like segmented images. So you can see even behind Sora there's a car. Look at the reflection of the car. I'm so excited even for reflection. So the ray tracing is ray tracing right now. His design is changed a bit. I think the tank top or shirt looks a bit more grey instead of like fully white. I forgot how it looked in the first initial trailer, but look how beautiful he looks, man. Guy looks so like Final Fantasy. People are saying he looks like Aerith and Cloud if he had a baby, and it's true. Also, Quadratum, to me, it looks like the Final Fantasy world that we always wanted. Look at the proportion of Sora, very Final Fantasy-esque. It's not Disney-esque. No big shoes or big foot, no big hands. He looks like he came from a Final Fantasy game. It makes me kind of want a Final Fantasy game with a teenage protagonist, you know? It kind of makes me want a character similar to Sora for like a new Final Fantasy entry, like Final Fantasy 17. I'll be open to that. So yeah, Quadratum is clearly the Final Fantasy world. More than likely, Disney worlds are in this game. I would not be surprised if we get the big foot, big hand Sora in those worlds. So do not be sad that it's been taken out for now. Strelitzia, wow, look at this upgrade. What an upgrade. What an upgrade. She looks gorgeous right here. Wow. Look at the reflection of the hair, the shine, the shadowing, the light, spectacular. The 2022 trailer, I even said it back then while I was still impressed. I even was telling my brothers, because all my brothers are big fans of Kingdom Hearts. We were discussing saying, it looks really good, but it kind of looks washed out in a way. And the worst thing was the lighting. I think the lighting was the biggest factor, like shadowing. Well, it looks like they fixed that, you know? They fixed a lot here. Next scene, a phone. I've seen people theorize this is how Sora is going to communicate between different realms or travel between different worlds and universes or whatever. What I like to believe, this is my theory, I think this image right here links to this image. Let's go into this one right here. So this looks majestic. I don't know what's happening. It looks so like ethereal and otherworldly. I don't know what's happening, but what I theorize, it looks like Sora's traveling, or this is the animation of him traveling to different worlds, you know, his traversal animation. That's what I like to believe, and I think maybe this phone is the answer to that. Maybe he has to, or someone has to pick it up to allow Sora to, you know, travel to different realms. It looks like he's traveling. It looks like he's going to like a universe, you know, he's entering this dimension. People are saying it's like Riku might pop up. I don't think so. I don't think Riku pop up like this, because this looks like his in-game animation. Now that I think about it, this is gonna be on PS5, you know, the new Xbox system, and we know how the load times are in those games. In those consoles. Those load times in the consoles is like what, 3 seconds? So this could be like a loading animation where it's like a couple seconds and we enter a different realm. So we might get the Ratchet and Clank where we go to different worlds just like that, just a blink of an eye, second or two. It might be going to different realms that fast, that seamless. It could be Sora going from Quadratum to another world within 2-3 seconds. It's like Square Enix trying to like show off, and we're gonna show us that it's more seamless than ever. Like no gummy ship, I wouldn't mind if they take that out. Now that I actually think about it, I would not be surprised if they actually do take out. Now I still like for gummy ship to be in, but I wouldn't also mind to be taken out for them to focus on more important aspects. Because I can tell the gummy ship, they put a lot of effort. They got like a whole different development team that specializes in like space shooting or whatever. So I wouldn't mind excluding that. So we're gonna put an extra effort and money and time into other aspects of the game, like the gameplay, the other worlds. Regardless, look at the amount of particles that's going on. They're showing off. People are saying this is linked to this image. I don't know. I don't think it is. It could be because the lighting is reflecting that of this galaxy thing, but at the same time, there's no particles around him. So I don't know. I don't think it is the same. Let's talk about this one. So this is the Darkside that people are speculating. Now, I just want to say hollows, that bleach brain rot. The freaking Heartless. I think a lot of the Heartless in this game are going to be the most freakish and scary looking ever. Because like I said before, Quadratum is going to be the Final Fantasy world that we always wanted. We always wanted like an FF7, FF8 world. And this is shown by the fact of Sora's design, Strelitzia's design. Not only them, but also the Heartless design. They look like they came straight from Final Fantasy. It looks like a Nomura design, like straight up, without any influence from Disney. So he looks scary, but look at his glow. What is this glow? So we got a blue one, yellow one. Is this blue one Riku? Don't know what this yellow one is. Sora, they're both coming into attack to, you know, save the city. But this skybox looks very similar to the trailer, by the way. Just points out there, like, it looks too sunny. I wonder what this is. This could be also a transformation. It could be the rails. It could be the chain rails that's, you know, hinted time and time again from these other trailers. And even the screenshot right here. So it could be a mechanic with the rail riding using the keychain ability. When I think of blue, I think of Riku. I don't know why. When I think of yellow, maybe Sora or Strelitzia, who knows. But this does look badass though. They're going straight into the battle to protect the city against this Darkside, whatever it is. It could also be this not Sora or Riku, it could be something else, who knows. Could be just someone shooting cannons. Let's talk about Micky. Mickey's, oh my god, Micky is playable. How did this revealing this? Like, this is something you should show in a trailer. Like, I would have been like, Micky playable? What? But let's actually delve into this, because I don't think he's playable to what we believe. Now, this environment, straight off the bat, people saying Scarlet Kingdom, I agree, because it's in a library, a lot of books, which may link to also Donald and Goofy that we've seen at Kingdom Hearts 4 trailer, the first trailer, is that they were like under like a basement or cavern, wherever they are, in like a cave. This is just my theory. Micky, Donald, and Goofy, I think they went to Scarlet Kingdom to get some secrets, get some lore dump to unlock like the secrecy of that Kingdom Hearts world, as well as maybe to find where Sora is, because they're probably chasing, looking for answers to find out where Sora and Riku, where they both went. Instantly, what I see from this, platforming. I think there's going to be some platform mechanics. We have not got any sort of platforming since Kingdom Hearts 1. Not to that level anyways. Like Kingdom Hearts 1 was like half fighting or combat, and other half was legit platforming. This looks like it's similar to that. I think what it's gonna do, we're gonna keep jumping from Sora and Riku, Kojotum or whatever they're doing in a Disney world, and jumping back to Micky and the gang, and jumping back again, like back and forth throughout the whole journey of Kingdom Hearts 4. But every time we jump to Micky, there's gonna be a lot of platform mechanics. It's gonna be very Disney-like, like a Disney game. That's what I like to believe, because I don't see no enemies, I don't see no keyblade or weapon. Even how he's standing, his idle animation is like he's looking and searching. Behind this box right here, bottom left, it says attack. Now this could be placeholder, could be just a fake out. They could probably just put attack for the time being. But my hunch is that I don't think there's gonna be any battle or very few fighting moments with this gameplay here. I think it's gonna be mostly platforming and jumping around, puzzle solving. We can see something here in the distance as well. Can you see that red halo? What is that? Is that like a save point? Checkpoint? What is it? I don't know. As long as it's not hard as a Peter's dungeon from Final Fantasy 15. As long as it's not that difficult, I'm fine with this. I just hope this platform is fun, because Square Enix has been known to be a lot of misses when it comes to platforming. Kingdom Hearts 1 is fine because back then, but if you play it now, it's damn difficult and annoying to get through. But that is what I personally would believe this is. There's gonna be a lot of platforming. Look at the chandeliers. It's like jumping from one light chandeliers to the next to the next. It has to be parkour platforming. Also, I do want to say Kojotum is probably more than likely gonna be the Hollow Bastion, equivalent to Kingdom Hearts 4, like headquarters in a way. With also the best story moments is probably gonna be in Kojotum, not the Disney world. Let's talk about the meat and the potatoes right now, or should I say the dessert, because the other rest already a meal for me. Look at this, finally gameplay. Now this does look a bit, you know, still under development. It's not fully polished and refined yet, but I'm still overwhelmed and impressed by this. The hardest design, like I was saying before, very fancy in design, very freakish, very nightmarish. Longer limbs, taller. This could be Neo Heartless. If not, it could be the generic Heartless, the shadows, which I wouldn't be surprised. Looks very scary. I love it. Kind of reminds me, even like how they're like moving their limbs and arms. You know, it is an image. Very nobody's like. Very nobody. Very quirky in their stances. Who are these big fist guys? These gauntlet dudes. Like, why is there so many Thanos gauntlets? Speaking of Thanos gauntlets, people are speculating that this is hinting to Thanos. Really? Don't know. Purple stone? I don't know. I think that's very stretched. That's a big stretch. Other people theorizing it's linking to Final Fantasy 13, a specific enemy type, which it kind of does. Now, like I said before, Kojotum is very Final Fantasy. What if it's going to reference and call back to a lot of Final Fantasy stuff? Because it is a Final Fantasy world that we always wanted. So instead of giving different Final Fantasy worlds, which is unrealistic in a Kingdom Hearts game, you have to balance that with Disney worlds. So multiple Final Fantasy worlds and multiple Disney worlds. I don't think that's realistic in a Kingdom Hearts game. What if they just combine all the Final Fantasy in Kojotum? So we can get like callbacks to Final Fantasy 8 in this world, callbacks to Final Fantasy, I don't know, 14 even, 16, who knows, in this world. The lighting could maybe use some work, of course. You don't see much reflection on the windows. Again, this is so early, you can tell. Like I said before, it's like Square Enix's hand was forced because of the cancellation of Mr. Link. This is definitely different from the trailer, the first trailer, because look, it's super blue sky, very sunny. Reminiscing of San Fan Tokyo. I think I said it right. Basically Big Hero 6 world. very reminiscent of that. I wasn't the biggest fan of that world. I don't hate it, but I wasn't the biggest fan. It wasn't my favorite world. Hopefully this is a lot better than that. No NPCs either. We see a bus. What else is there? Is there anything we can see? We see this weird ass Heartless that floats around like a drone. Of course, the big fist guys who are probably gonna be tanky. Look, the defense, so they're defending. Maybe those beams, they're shooting stuff at Sora, maybe? Because it doesn't make sense why they're just standing like that. Either that or they're standing in guard position where they're defending. Much like those fat Heartless where you have to attack from behind. It could be just that. But we get a rail grinding, look. It could be linking to this trail right here. This looks like the gimmick. If you don't know the gimmick of this game, because every Kingdom Hearts game has like a gimmick and they're all good. Kingdom Hearts 4 has the scrap and build mechanic. I actually forgot about this. So it looks like you're building a lot of stuff using a keyblade. We can even see some of his keychain here, but it's not linked, which is kind of funny. But this creation looks like it came straight from the Keyblade. So it looks like there's more to do with the Keyblade. So we got the chain. The first trailer we had the Giga Drill Breaker from Gurren Lagann. So we had that. So I wonder what other stuff we can create. And I like to believe you're creating stuff, then you're breaking it, and creating stuff, then breaking it. Like kind of like Zelda Tears of Kingdom in a way. But I like this gimmick. As long as it's better than the damn stupid rides from Kingdom Hearts 3. I didn't like those rides. It felt too automatic. Hopefully there's more control with this and more gameplay. I don't know what this is. Is this Heartless is like flying to attack Sora? It looks mad cool. It's very hard to make out what this is. It looks like it spawned out of nowhere as well. You can see some black goo. So this black goo right here, it's very similar to like this black goo up here. Look at the HUD design, different from the first trailer. Much better 3D mod of Sora, might I say. Though I prefer the 2D art. I would die on that hill saying the 2D art is always the best HUD design. We see the drive, right? Or the focus meter. Wonder what that means. MP and HP bars, exact same. Very short, so this could be very early on in the game, or again could be just development build. Now look at this. Look at the HUD for the command menu. We got a unique design for the different worlds. So we got Kajotum, which just 100% confirms we're getting different worlds. This is confirms it, because they wouldn't make it out their way to make unique, design and arts for the command menu unless there's different worlds in play. I wonder what this bar is. Is this like a bar for the transformation? Maybe. Can't really tell. Is that like a triangle there? What's a triangle? But everything's the same. This is attack. I think this is magic. This is items. You get 3 health potions. And this is build or scrap, which is again a new gimmick. Now we got even more. This time it's from a different angle. These, just ignore this. This is everything we discussed. But this is a different angle. Look, he's actually rail riding. Look at his shoes, bro. It looks like Adidas at the same time. It looks like Vans. The guy's rocking the Vans. Just to talk about his design, much better than Kingdom Hearts 3, might I say. There's also some tightness here, the lower part of the trousers, which was not the case from the first trailer. So they changed the design of the trousers again. Nomura, where's my yellow accent, the yellow parts of his design? Sora always, to me, always felt like the beach boy, And the yellow, you need that because that immediately makes that connection to like beach. So I feel like he needs some yellow somewhere. Like he's always being represented when you think of Sora is black, yellow, and red. That's the 3 main color, and white, I say. So we got the red, we got the black, we got the white. We need a yellow, man. I guess it's from the Keyblade, but that's just my 2 cents on that design. Besides that, I dig it. Like look at this, much better than Kingdom Hearts 3. But everything else is pretty much not much we can gain from. We can see some cool animation with the chain effect. Looks like he just summoned it, like he just summoned it just now. And you can see the trail, so he starts off and you can see where it's going to. I wonder how that works. I don't think you can control it, unless you do. I don't know if you can control the direction of it, because it looks like it's turning here before Sora turns, so I don't know how that works. You see these big guys again with the 2 gauntlets. Kind of looks like eyes in a way, in the far distance. But look how far they are. Like, it looks like they barely move. So again, it could be just them shooting. They could be like zoner enemies or zoning enemies. Environment still needs work. You can tell like the reflection, like there's no reflection on these buildings. His art icon's still the same. This guy looks so serious. So locked in. So this is a translation, actual translation. Build, items, magic, attack. Yep. So you can see a triangle. This has to be indicating something. And this bar, what is this bar? It could be just nothing. It could be just a design choice. It might be more to it. Chill, Sora, chill out. Look at the graphical upgrade. Look at it. She looks like malnourished here. Like she looks sick. But here, she looks happy as ever. She looks like she's actually being fed and not being neglected. And lighting is, I don't know if it's the same. It must be the same scene. Like her facial emotion and expression, exactly the same. And this looks like it's in daylight, or well, from the trailer, it looks like it was sun setting in a way. But But this is like proper sunset. Again, improvement with the lighting. Reflection of the eyes are better, you can tell. The main difference is like the skin texture and the hair. What in the curse, bro? The KH fandom are at it already. Sora, look at, oh, look at, bro. What is this goofiness, bro? Oh my god, it looks so bad in hindsight now. His eyebrows changed a bit, I think. It looks thinner here. Again, it looks more Final Fantasy here, but it looks thicker here. Like he put makeup, the eyebrow makeup. Albeit this could be cutscene. Could be cutscene, just saying. With his end game, wow. I'm so happy for this game. I tell you, man, let this game be in oven more longer. I don't mind these delays and them being like radio silent. But it's good, you know. I think they're really like proper focused and dialed in. They're not being distracted. They want to make sure this game is peak condition. Because I don't think they want to make the mistake Kingdoms 3. I like Kingdoms 3. It's not my favorite, I'll be honest. I have a lot of gripes with it. Kingdoms Remind, though, the DLC was amazing. But I don't think Square wants to make the same mistake, you know? They listen to a lot of the complaints. I believe this is going to be the biggest shift for the Kingdom Hearts franchise. So the design of Sora, look, you can tell. His necklace, whoa, what is upgrade? Whoa, they realized it. They actually made him even more Nomura or Final Fantasy. They made him more Final Fantasy because in this trailer he looks like a Final Fantasy character as it is. But they made it even more so even here. Look at his necklace, thin. Got some thick keychain, which is very Kingdom Hearts design and very Disney. They made it more realistic. Also the jacket, you can see the grey stuff here. The grey is gone, it's gone fully black. So the only grey in design is this inner part of the jacket. But everything else is basically the same. His neck, people are saying he looks like he's been going to the gym. There's like no definition with the neck, no collarbone. Here, we can actually see the collarbone properly. The eye quality and reflection, magnificent. The reflection of the hair, the contrast, the better lighting, I absolutely adore it. His eyelid looks, yo, they changed the eyelid a lot. Look at this. Yeah, this has to be CGI. I don't believe this is gameplay. It looks like the same CGI as the Final Fantasy Remake and Rebirth guys that do the CGI for them. The VFX guys. So we actually got a tweet from Kingdom Hearts Twitter, official Twitter account, to our Kingdom Hearts community. We're currently working hard on Kingdom Hearts 4 and we'll continue pouring ourselves into the game development. We're dedicated to making this an experience that lives up to your expectations. And a follow-up saying, we've seen how excited you are and we are truly grateful from the bottom of our hearts. I see what he did there. We're equally excited and can't wait to share more about Kingdom Hearts 4 when the time is right. Until then, we appreciate your patience. Thank you for continued support. It's funny because they didn't hint anything like soon. You know, we're gonna reveal more information soon or very soon. It's just the time is right, which is kind of scary because it's still very early. You know, it's still early. We've still got a long way. I don't think we're gonna see anything soon. Summer Game Fest is around the corner, less than a month away. So maybe then, but I wouldn't hold out to it. I'll be honest. I'll keep your expectation low, very low, because this is not hinting anything. If it was Summer Game Fest, they would say soon to, you know, promote. They wouldn't keep that secret. But I really appreciate that they, you know, appreciate us. That are acknowledging the fans. We also got the OG, the Gamer Joy and HMK. Love to see it. So this is some of the stuff that people mentioned, like again, the Thanos gauntlet gloves being connected. I guess the purple stone and the gauntlet is only like connection I can make. I think this is a stretch. I don't believe this is the case. Again, people are linking it to this enemy or this character from the Final Fantasy 13 games, which it kind of does resemble it heavy. Like, look how similar they are. It is look like they took inspiration from it. Someone linked this, by the way, Meet the Robinsons, right? Such an amazing movie, so underrated. Nobody knows about this movie, but this could link to that. Again, it could be a stretch, but this has, I think this is more plausible than the Thanos one, because this actually looks like the same. Like, we can see the spike, the tendril coming out, and this looks like the hats. You even see the legs as well. My boy, look at my boy, the glow up. Actually, he's always been glowed up. The beyond glow up then, whatever this is. Look at this, man. We went from no animation on the eyes, it's plastered on the face like a 2D image, to 3D model. Look at this, man. Wow, he's growing, man. Our boy is growing. He's making us all feel and look old now. Some HUD designs from the past. My favorite is still Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2. We need these 2D designs, man. I forgot Dream Drop Distance use the same HUD design. I forgot about that. The comparison though, this is the Kingdom Hearts 4 trailer, first trailer, 2022 to 2025 images. Look at the evolution. He's staring at the Heartless now. He's geeking at them. His hair is darker brown, much darker brown in fact. People making Squall comparison, and it makes a lot of sense now because it looks like the same color as Squall's hair from Final Fantasy VIII. The lighting contrasts much better on the hair and the face. Yoko Shimomura even retweeted this. The goats, love to see it. That is all. Let me know what you guys think. Comment down below. Are you excited like I am? I should have said this, but again, I'm a huge fan of this series. I've played basically every single one. And I've been following the OGs like HMK, Gamer Joints, and all the key keepers. So I've been in tune with this. Not just for the games, but online as well. But let me know what you guys think. I want to see what you guys feel about this. Let's have a discussion in the comments down below. But thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, subscribe. And until the next video, I'll catch you guys later. Bye.